friendo, Steve here. Welcome back to the channel. Money in the Bank is tonight, so of course it's time to do a video talking about last minute news, rumors, speculation, and betting odds with only the smallest window for views to get in before the show tonight. It starts at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Of course, if you want to watch it with WrestleJuice, I'm going to be over there at the Going In Raw Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Steven Larson. Me and the guys from Going In Raw, the Enforcer and Larson, are going to be watching it. Should be a lot of fun, so come hang out with us. Wrestling always better when you have friendos watching it with you. So let's dive into the rumors. Not a lot of sort of rumors necessarily out there. There's just a lot of things that are set up that could happen, but it's not like there's, Bray Wyatt is teasing a return or anything like that. So let's go ahead and dive into some possible surprises that we might get at Money in the Bank. Vince McMahon loves his surprises. He's trying to throw a lot of shit at the wall these days to see what sticks and pop those crowds. So let's talk about what we do know. Number one, Madcap Moss, he's in the match. Last night on SmackDown, he participated in a multi-man match and won it. He did it because Baron Corbin dropped Ezekiel with an end of days. And then Madcap Moss posted Baron Corbin and then got in the match himself and won it. So he's moving on to Money in the Bank. But maybe, just maybe, he's in there as a decoy. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, hey, wait a second. Wasn't Kevin Owens supposed to fight Ezekiel for a spot at Money in the Bank? Yeah, they totally were. And we don't exactly know why Kevin Owens couldn't make that match on Raw. I know he said he doesn't want to fight in Texas, but the Wrestling Observer, Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, said this: Kevin Owens, whatever the situation is minor, but he was not on the show, meaning Raw, which is why Ezekiel match did not happen as originally scheduled, which was going to be for the last spot at Money in the Bank. So, is it possible that if this issue is minor, Kevin Owens could still end up in Money in the Bank? I think it is, because Madcap, prior to Money in the Bank, might still get taken out by Baron Corbin, who could be upset that Madcap used his end of days and then threw him out of the match and then got the pin on Ezekiel to get in Money in the Bank. So there could still be a surprise. So, could it be Kevin Owens? Possibly. Who else could get in? Could it be Logan Paul? He just signed a new deal with the WWE for for a number of appearances over the next couple of years, which is supposed to start at SummerSlam against The Miz. But is it possible that he could get an early start on that here at Money in the Bank tonight? Would people care about that? By and large, probably no, because I don't think he'd have any chance of winning that. But would it be a good way to kick off his new deal with the WWE? Possibly. I don't know. Maybe. Who else? Edge? He's been gone for a little while, but that really wouldn't make a whole lot of sense, because I feel like when he comes back, he's going to be targeting Finn Balor and the new Judgment Day. So I'm not sure Edge makes a lot of sense, even though he is kind of Mr. Money in the Bank. How about this? Fightful Select is reporting that Solo Sikoa has been in serious discussions to come to main roster. If he does that, no doubt he would be featured as part of the Bloodline storyline. So could he show up, enter Money in the Bank, maybe win it himself so that he could sit on it? Maybe he could help Sami Zayn win Money in the Bank. Are we going to see Solo Sikoa at Money in the Bank? I don't know. Maybe. The Bloodline is kind of everything right now. So if they do decide to debut Solo Sikoa, no doubt it'd be in a major way to help out Roman Reigns, which would be interesting. And then, of course, there is one last pick, and he's not my pick to win anymore, even though the story just writes itself. And that is, of course, Cody Rhodes. He could play spoiler to Seth Rollins and win Money in the Bank himself and then cash in whenever he's ready to go. He's supposed to be back, according to him, 9 months, which might be 8 months now because it's been a little while since Hell in a Cell. So is it possible that Cody Rhodes will show up, win Money in the Bank? Probably not. But I think it would be awesome. It'd be a huge pop from the crowd. It'd freak out Seth Rollins and everybody'd go. Because I'm pretty sure Money in the Bank, the men's Money in the Bank, is going to main event the show. The women's is probably going to start the show because there's 2 women's title matches going on there. Let's talk about the women's Money in the Bank. Who else could be in that match? Let's say, for example, Shotzi pulls some trick and locks, I don't know, Raquel Rodriguez in the locker room instead of letting her come out and dominate Money in the Bank. Well, that would leave a spot open. So maybe, just maybe, there's two possible names that could show up tonight for Money in the Bank. Number one, of course, somebody on a lot of people's minds, including my own. I talked about her in the predictions episode. Bayley. Bayley, by all reports, by all accounts, is ready to go. Apparently, she could have been at WrestleMania. She should be at SummerSlam. But will she be at Money in the Bank? So what's she been up to on social media? Because sometimes you can get a hint as to what's going on for social media. Well, number one, just yesterday, she tweeted out that her pick, her favorite pick to win Money in the Bank is Liv Morgan. What does that mean? I don't know. Is it subterfuge? Is it misdirection? Who knows? She also tweeted out, or she retweeted rather, WWE's tweet promoting Bianca Belair versus Carmella at Money in the Bank for the Raw Women's title. Well, let's think back to when Bayley was injured. Who is she scheduled to take on right before that? At Money in the Bank, Bianca Belair. On the other hand, Carmella is like one of her really close friends, so maybe she's just trying to get some shine over there, or maybe she's teasing this because she's not going to be there. Usually, WWE likes to keep their roster members really tight-lipped when it comes to their returns or debuts or surprises or whatever. Which brings me to Charlotte, somebody who is being tight-lipped on social media about anything regarding WWE. In fact, she's basically been posting Instagram stuff with regards to her wedding, family stuff, Andrade stuff. She has not tweeted anything about Money in the Bank. So, could Charlotte return? Maybe. She's never won Money in the Bank. It'd be new for her. She still has a beef with Ronda Rousey, so maybe that will continue to SummerSlam with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Maybe she'll cash in. Maybe she'll just declare and say, I want to take you on at SummerSlam. There's any number of possibilities for Charlotte. Would the fans be into that? I wouldn't. I feel like we've kind of seen everything there is to see out of that particular rivalry. I'm not sure I'd want to see more of it, but you know how Vince is. He would probably just want to keep on going with it and going with it and going with it. So it would not shock me to see Charlotte win Money in the Bank tonight. She's never done it before, and I think there's a possibility that that'll actually happen. Let's talk about betting odds, shall we? Now, if you don't want any spoilers because you think that these things spoil the things, maybe you can just turn off the video or go check out another video. I'll just put a link to some video over here. But it's always fun to take a look at betting odds. Now, for the last couple of years, both with Money in the Bank and the Royal Rumble, the betting odds haven't exactly been perfectly correct. Like usually it's like the 2 spot or the 3 spot that ends up winning the thing. I don't even know, like in 2020, if Otis was listed as even like close to being a winner. I don't remember. But in any event, let's take a look at this year's betting odds. Seth Rollins currently is the favorite to win men's Money in the Bank, but it's not really that. He's not like the runaway favorite right now. Drew McIntyre and Riddle are both pretty high up there when it comes to the betting odds. Seth Rollins right now is a minus 150. Drew McIntyre is a plus 225 and Riddle's a plus 350. So that's pretty close right there for those top 3 names. After that, it sort of starts falling off a cliff with Sami Zayn at a plus 700, and then Moss is way down there at a plus 1800. Madcap Moss with a plus 2200, and all the way at the bottom, Sheamus with a plus 3300. According to the betting odds, he has no chance to win this whatsoever. I kind of agree with that. Those last 3 really have no shot, but I could see cases to be made for Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Riddle, and Sami Zayn. Interestingly enough, they do not have any speculative names on here, people who could show up at the last minute, such as a Cody Rhodes, a Kevin Owens, or a Solo Sikoa. So let's move on to the Raw Women's Championship match. Bianca Belair is the runaway favorite right now at a minus 2,500 over Carmella. Ronda Rousey is a runaway favorite over Natalya with a minus 2,000. No surprises there. Let's talk about women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Right now, Becky Lynch is a really tight favorite to win the women's Money in the Bank at a plus 150, but right behind her is Liv Morgan with a plus 200 and Lacey Evans with a plus 300, and then Alexa Bliss with a plus 400. So those top 4 are relatively close to each other in terms of the betting odds. After that, it starts to fall off a cliff with Raquel Rodriguez at a plus 800, Asuka at a plus 1,000, and Shotzi way behind at a plus 3,000. So if you believe in the betting odds and what they can prognosticate, That means tell the future. Then Becky Lynch would probably be winning Money in the Bank. That's currently my pick. I feel like her story is sort of the biggest story going in. But I could see definitely a case being made for Liv Morgan, maybe Lacey Evans. But I could see probably Liv Morgan. She's been putting a lot of good work lately. She's been featured in a prominent spot, but I feel like she just needs to get over that hump. And maybe Money in the Bank is that thing. But then I can't realistically see her cashing in and winning the title on like a Ronda Rousey or a Bianca Belair. So yeah, but if they give it time, if they give it a year, or maybe what they could do is have Liv Morgan win and then have Charlotte return and challenge her for the briefcase and win. Fans will love that. Let's move on to the tag team championship match. The Usos right now are pretty much a heavy favorite to beat the Street Profits at a minus 550 to the Street Profits plus 325. And at the United States Championship, Theory is right now a thin favorite to beat Bobby Lashley at a minus 200 to Bobby Lashley's plus 140. Also, according to these betting odds, Logan Paul is a favorite to beat The Miz at SummerSlam because they already have that up here on the betting odds thing. So if you want to make those bets on Logan Paul, go ahead and do it now. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of possible surprises at Money in the Bank in the comments below. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate it. Check out this video right here. It's my predictions for Money in the Bank. See where I stood a couple days ago versus where I stand now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you over there.